Oh man, a green day for Fantom, up 5% here on a day where Bitcoin is relatively flat. What are the key levels here in the charts? I'm going to break that down and a lot more, guys. If you appreciate this type of content, even on a weekend, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. It's been a little while here since we've done a Fantom update, and what a nice day to do it. We are bouncing nicely here from support on Fantom, getting a good solid 5% day here today, but there is some key resistance coming up. I'm going to break down exactly what I'm seeing here in the charts and what are my medium kind of time frame price targets for Fantom. Also, we're going to cover off Bitcoin because Bitcoin's at a very important level right now. It has been consolidating in this kind of falling wedge pattern. Are we going to get the break to the upside? Are we coming down for some more support? Of course, that's going to dictate where Fantom and many other altcoins go as well. Lots to get into today. As always, guys, if you want to trade with us, please do jump into our Telegram community, ijazcrypto.com/TD. We just taken an awesome trade on Hook yesterday, already 10% up in just a day. Great safe ROI on spot trades. If you want to learn how to trade like me, make sure you jump into our Telegram community and I will show you how. So, before we jump into the Fantom chart, let's start off here on Bitcoin, right? A clearly big move here by Bitcoin goes into a consolidation pattern. And this is where either we're going to fall back down, either we're going to come down to that 49,000 pattern I've been sharing with you guys, or we're going to show some strength, come back above, break here, and extend upwards towards our next key resistance areas, which start to come in around 57,000. Very important levels coming up here on Bitcoin. Now, of course, it has taken the week or so to consolidate. Very normal when you've had such an extended move since the 23rd of Jan, since the ETF announcement. Really big, powerful moves here on Bitcoin. We've been seeing good ETF spot inflows. This is okay. This is nothing to panic about. Now, at the same time, we've seen Fantom have a really strong day. Nice strong day here. You can see it's keeping its nice upwards trend here. Again, ever since the 23rd of January, a nice solid upwards trend. I mean, again, we know Bitcoin dominance is going up. We know Bitcoin is doing well, but you can see here, Fantom has still delivered okay, right? A 34% return here. But of course, we've got some important resistance, which I'm going to break down. Let's start off by looking at the EMA ribbon. The important thing we're seeing here today is we're getting a very important bounce off the EMA ribbon. Now, this is particularly important for a few reasons. If you go back to here on the 9th of February, we managed to get back above our EMA ribbon and then start moving to the upside. So this is our first meaningful pullback into the EMA ribbon where the bears had threatened to reclaim the trend. The bears wanted, you can see on this candle yesterday, they tried to close below the EMA ribbon, which would have been no bueno for Fantom here. But the bulls did step back in. They managed to finish yesterday back above the EMA ribbon, which is good. And today, they've bought the dip and they've bounced back with vengeance. This is very important. But there's a very important warning. When you look at this daily chart, and I did this same analysis with Bitcoin, and this is something I've learned through TA. When you get a bounce from EMA ribbon, that is all well and good. But is it a final Hail Mary? Is it the ball saying, we're trying our best here at the EMA ribbon, we just want to make sure we don't lose it, and then they kind of curl over and eventually capitulate to the bears? The only way we can hold this trend here to the upside here on Fantom is to break above these two candlesticks. And what do you notice? Both of these days, on the 19th of February and on the 20th of February, both these candles got rejected from a high of around that 44 cents mark. This wick here, if I was to draw a horizontal line where my cursor is right now, 44 cents is a very important resistance level for Fantom. So what we need to see through this week, and there's some really important catalysts coming up this week for Bitcoin and the wider markets as well. I'm going to break that down. But what we need to see this week is when we bounce here, we follow it up with a couple of more positive days, touching a higher high above 44 cents. If we do not manage to get a higher high above that 44 cents, again, there's risks of creating a lower high, right? Just doing something like this, kind of bouncing, showing a bit of weakness, and now you start curling over, and now you start moving sideways or potentially coming downwards. Ultimately, the bears are going to be happy, right? RSI will move to the downside, price action will move to the downside, and Fantom will be struggling. So to keep the bullish momentum, need to touch above, even if it just briefly touches above and then wants to come down, touch the EMA ribbon again, and then go back up. Lower highs, higher lows, higher highs. That's how you trend yourself upwards. So very important. Nice bounce here. Good. We protected our EMA ribbon. Now go touch the higher high. And if we take a look at the macroeconomic calendar, we've got the main thing of this week is going to be the PCE inflation. We're going to be looking out for that. We also get a GDP figure as well. We've got a bunch of Fed officials speaking, but really focus on the PCE inflation, which is going to come in this week on Thursday, the 29th. Pay attention to that. That will move the markets. It's going to change the way how much the market is pricing whether we're going to get a rate cut or not, and it's going to change whether risk is on or off. So that's going to be an important factor for us to look at to decide the direction of Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin's in that falling wedge, which I shared with you, but it's also in this pattern, right? It's forming this kind of pattern here where it's struggling at the neckline here, which is along this green line at 51,000. It's struggling to kind of break beyond it and go past 53, but also it's not quite broken down from the neckline. You can see we spent a little bit of time there, managed to get back above again. If we break down 49,000, which is also where the daily EMA ribbon starts to come into play, is where support lies here on Bitcoin. So do not be shocked to see this kind of want to meander along down here to 49, collect some support from there before trying its luck at bouncing again and breaking higher to get a 53,000 or higher close. So all to play for here on Bitcoin. We are starting to see some of the GBTC selling dry up last week, so I wonder whether they're done selling or whether they still got more selling to do. We'll keep an eye on that. But overall, the inflows are coming in. The spot inflows are coming in. Yes, it's slowed down a touch, but that's normal. You can have these ebb and flows. You can have weeks where it's really strong on the ETF inflows, and then you can have other weeks where it's not. It's just how it works with high net worth institutional investors. Sometimes you can have flow, other times you're not. But the long-term thesis stays the same. More money is flowing to Bitcoin. The supply is going to reduce at the Bitcoin halving, and all of these are really, really bullish. When we sit here and actually reflect and say, hang on, look at this. Bitcoin is sat at 51,000. When it was sat at 15,500, everybody rolled it out. Everybody rolled it out despite it proving people wrong time and time again. And are we going to sit here and really think this can't go back to all-time highs at 69,000? We bet against it from 15,000. Are we going to still bet against it? You know, there's always going to be those naysayers saying, oh, just wait, guys. It's going to collapse down to 20. And when it gets to 20, then buy. Those are the same people who are telling you not to buy at 15,000. It's always the same people. The ones who told you to not buy at 15, telling you it's going to go fall to 8 and 5, are the same ones now who's telling you don't buy at 50. Right? Don't buy at 50. It's going to fall all the way down to 20. Trust me, mate. Trust me. I saw a TA video. Trust me. The reality is, if you have conviction in Bitcoin, if you want to hold Bitcoin for your long-term thesis, you've got to decide, are you going to be a spectator? Are you going to be a participant? Simple as that. I've been saying that since last year. Are you going to participate or are you going to be a spectator? And so many people have been a spectator, even though they've known what's going on. They had a bit of belief in Bitcoin, but not enough conviction to actually take out their wallet and make some purchases. If that's you, if you're sitting there with a bit of FOMO right now, remember the rules. We don't chase green candles, right? We don't chase extended from the EMA ribbon. We wait for support. We're starting to come much closer to support, right? If you were chasing candles here, buying at 53,000, already you've probably touched a lower purchase at 50,000. What if we get 49? What if we get 48? What if we come into this EMA ribbon all the way to the bottom of the EMA ribbon, around 45.7? These are the moments to buy. When the market is a little bit more fearful, right? Not greedy like it is right now. That's ultimately when I like to buy. When the market's fearful, when everybody's rolling things out, that's when I buy. When everybody says, oh, Bitcoin's the best thing since sliced bread and everybody's talking about it, that's when I go, okay, maybe this price is a little bit overextended. My barber's talking about it. Uber driver's talking about it. Everybody's buying right now. I need to take a closer look. Hopefully you found this useful, guys. If you appreciate this type of content, then make sure you smash the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. I'm actively trading this market. I'm not one of these traders on YouTube that's just full of cap. If you want to see my exact trades, I've got nothing to hide. Jump into our Telegram community. You can see it there for free. You can see all my trades, exactly when I hit stop losses, when I hit take profits, and my performance. Because I ain't got nothing to hide. I actually trade. I don't take out margin. I don't take out leverage. I trade spot. I don't short. I only go long, and I get sustainable, repeatable results every single day. If you want to learn how, jump to our Telegram community, ijazcrypto.com/TG. Hope you enjoyed. Smash up likes. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.